Sejam então todos muito bem-vindos a mais um episódio do nosso Triplo Verde. Hoje aqui com o nosso Dontae Mitchell e Christina Passerell. Hoje aqui um episódio um bocadinho diferente. Decidimos trazer aqui duas pessoas importantes no clube que vieram reforçar o clube esta época. E vamos então dar-lhes aqui voz e fazer deles os protagonistas hoje. Antes de mais, dar também aqui as boas noites ao nosso Paulo e ao nosso Rui, que está ali atrás das câmaras. Vamos a isso então, Paulo?
Vamos embora.
Ok, let's start this, okay?
Yes, okay.
Okay, good evening at first, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for accept the invitation. And let's start with Dontae, okay? How did your connection with basketball?
Just basically started with, honestly, my parents just signing me up for basketball. My stepdad actually was he was a professional himself, and he played for, I forget how many years, but he played in China, Australia, Taiwan, a couple other places like that. So he's the one who kind of, really pushed me to keep playing, I guess, like that. And I just stuck with it from there.
Okay.
Australia? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and you, Christine?
I pretty much played my whole life. When I was probably about 3, my dad gave my brothers and I a little mini basketball hoop to put in our house. And it went right, we had some space and right when you walk in the front door, and we put it right in front of the front door. And so that kind of just became a court for my brothers and I. So I pretty much have just been playing since I could walk. And then, from there I just started playing for my school, played travel ball, and I just kind of fell in love with it, and I never really stopped playing. So.
Okay, but how old were you when you began?
Probably about 3 when I started playing in my house.
Okay.
So you were really young.
Yeah, very young.
Both of you.
Yeah.
Like normally it happens in States and Canada. Okay.
Okay, and when did you, the first feeling you wanted a more serious connection with the basketball?
I would say I was about 16 or 17 in high school, because I actually went to 2 different high schools. So one, it was just like the school closest to me type thing. But then actually I went to in Canada and US, we call it a prep school. So it's basically a boarding school like designed for basketball players to try to elevate to play at the next level type thing. And so I feel like that's really when I'm like, okay, let's take it serious, because I had to leave all my friends, leave my family and stuff like that. And that was like the first time I ever left into a town called Orangeville in the middle of nowhere. And honestly, looking back, it was one of the best decisions I ever made, because playing against like top players every day, some guys who've actually been in the NBA, played in the NBA, still playing in the NBA as well. For instance, Jamal Murray, first-time All-Star, went to the same school as me at the same time, which is kind of crazy to think about now. So just playing against those players just elevated my game as probably to where it is now, and that wouldn't have happened if I stayed at my regular high school. So
you're a single son, Dontae?
Sorry?
Are you a single son?
Like an only child?
Exactly.
Oh, no. I have 4 siblings.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm the second oldest. There's a big age gap between all of us. Okay. Yeah, I have a sister who's 6. So it goes all over the place.
Big difference.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay. How about you, Christina? When did you realize that basketball could be your job?
I think I kind of always had that dream. So when I was leaving to come to Portugal, I was doing some cleaning, and I found my first pair of basketball shoes, and there was like a note tucked in it that my dad had written out. And it said, I hope you enjoy seeing these shoes when you're playing in the WNBA. And obviously that didn't happen, but I think I kind of always had like a dream of playing professional basketball. And I'm from Cleveland. I'm a big Cavs fan, and I just always went to games growing up. So it was kind of always something that was in the back of my mind. And then when I was early, maybe the 8th grade, freshman year of high school, I started getting recruited for college. And I kind of know at that point that it was pretty solidified that I wanted to play seriously, at least in college, and then maybe professionally if that's where things went. But I think I knew from a pretty early age that I wanted to play serious basketball.
Yeah. Okay.
First of all,
okay, so you have a couple of seasons professionally so far. Obviously, you have much more to go, But if I ask you to tell me what's your highlight so far of your career, what would it be? That moment or that game that you consider your highlight so far? We can start with you, Christina.
So this isn't really a game moment, but so when I was young, I was 8. I went to Michael Jordan's basketball camp. It was in California, and so there was probably about 500 or 600 kids there. And he at the end of camp, he would always ask who wants to come shoot a free throw in front of everybody and win a pair of shoes. And so I was just raising my hand, and he called on me. So I went up there, and so he was standing probably like how close we're sitting
Michael
here.
himself?
Yeah, Michael Jordan was standing there. And he was talking in my ear. I don't remember what he was saying, but like, oh, is she going to make it? I don't know. There's a lot of pressure. Just trying to like kind of build in. So I made the free throw, and he said, you can pick 3 other campers to get some shoes too. And I picked my brother, who was there also. He played basketball. So it was kind of a nice moment for both of us. But I don't think any moment has really topped that since. So
Really?
Was that in Cleveland?
it was in Santa Barbara, California.
I'm sure you still have those shoes with you.
Yeah, I do. I do have them somewhere. Yep.
No doubt.
Yeah.
How about you, Dontae?
So, I would say the highlight of my basketball is probably
So far.
so far.
I know it's yet to come. Obviously,
Yeah. Hopefully, yet to
but
come.
so far.
So we're just talking about like just in general. I would say either winning a national championship in high school or winning a national championship in university for the first time, or in my first year there. Even though I didn't get playing time and stuff like that, just being a part of that was still amazing.
See,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a pretty good moment.
Yeah.
Okay, muito bem. Pedro.
Okay, and my question: how has your experience been in Olhão so far?
Honestly, I definitely like Oyal a lot.
Olhão and
it's-
Ginásio, okay?
Yeah, and of course Ginásio, of course. It's a nice, quiet town, and there's Faro's right there, Albufero's right there, so there's like also other cities right there, so you can just see a lot, and just the whole Algarve region I find is just very pretty, and it's a lot warmer than other places I've been in Portugal, so I have no complaints. I like it.
And about the teammates and the Ginásio.
Yeah.
like?
Honestly, everybody's been great, and the organization's been great, and I feel like they are really supportive, and everything that they said, like they always hold their promises and stuff like that, and I think that's just like a big deal to me in terms of building trust and stuff like that. And I think my teammates, my coach, just really lets me be me, and supports that 100%. Couldn't have been more grateful.
Okay, and about you?
Yeah, he pretty much said everything, but I've really enjoyed my time here in the city and in the club. Everybody's been really supportive. It just feels like a big community. I've gotten to know players from my team, men's team, the younger teams, and just with the regional championships, like how everybody turned out and kind of supported the younger players too. I think that's really awesome. But I've just really enjoyed my time here so far. So.
Okay, and what you doing in your rest time? What you like?
I
get
think a
some
lot
rest.
of people, yeah.
Because it's
Yeah, I think
Sleep,
a lot
I
of,
think.
yeah, I think a lot of people around here will probably tell you that I'm always in the gym. I'm here a lot. I think I spend a lot of my time here, but I read a lot. Sometimes I also tutor. Like I'm online with some students back in the States.
Oh, really?
Not a lot, yeah. Just some math, some English, and I enjoy doing that too. It keeps my brain sharp. So it's what I do in my free time.
Okay, and you?
I wish I could have said my answer before hers because it's not as honestly, I just
She put it in a high.
yeah. I was about to say.
High
Take it all
level.
back. Take it all back.
I'm not even gonna lie. I do a lot of kind of like some brain rot stuff. So I be watching a lot of shows. I be playing video games. I be talking to my friends back home a lot. Talking to my family back home, and I also watch a lot of basketball as well. That's probably honestly it. Occasionally go for walks. Yeah.
It's not raining.
Yeah.
Okay. And when your agent told you, I have an offer for you from Portugal, what's your react to this?
Honestly, I was I was like really excited because.
Well, be honest. What was the first thing that came into your mind?
First thing that came to my mind?
What the hell is Portugal?
Honestly,
Where is Portugal?
I knew exactly where Portugal is because I grew up watching soccer, so everybody knows Cristiano Ronaldo, of course.
Of course.
And I followed the World Cup, followed the Euro Cup, so like I even knew about the Portuguese clubs like Benfica, Porto, Sporting before arriving here as well. So I knew what Portugal was, and also I've had a friend who played in Portugal the year before, so he kind of told me a lot of how it was. But overall, the first time he said that, I was just excited that there was an opportunity because
in Europe.
Yeah, opportunity in Europe because I know there's a lot of people who deserve that opportunity or want to get that opportunity who unfortunately don't get that opportunity.
Yeah.
So I just felt excited and just lucky for that opportunity, and just showed that my hard work over the years has just been paying off, and that's about it.
I was also really excited. I didn't know where Portugal was too. I had been to Spain. I had been to Spain in high school, and I hadn't made it into Portugal. But yeah, so I made it in, and then before I got my offer, I went on a tour, just playing some clubs in the Porto area. So I was really excited. I kind of knew what I was getting myself into, and it's beautiful. I just, I was excited. I knew what I was getting myself into, so I was really excited. Very, like he said, I was really thankful for the opportunity because there's a lot of players that work really hard and would love to be here playing, and they don't get the chance. So I was really thankful, very excited, and ready to get to work. So
is it what are the main differences between Oporto and Olhão that you notice? It's slightly bigger, Oporto, just a little.
Yeah, a little bit. It's more of a city feel to me. A lot busier. Yeah, more traffic.
A couple of cars more.
Yeah,
Only a few more.
More two, only two more cars.
But more of a city feel. Not too big of a difference where I was, because I had to take a bus to get into the city. I was a little bit outside of the city, so where I was actually living feels kind of similar. Okay. So, but as far as the main city goes, it's bigger.
So.
Okay. What are your professional goals? For you, Christina, first.
Well, you both know what you're worth, and you know what you're capable of. But what are your main goals? Where do you see yourselves in a couple of years from now?
Well, right now, I guess our whole team, we're just kind of focused on getting promoted to the next level. That's kind of my main goal right now. Just personally, I'm always focused on just getting better as a player, just being a more well-rounded player, and kind of just molding my game to fit into how people play here in Portugal. So that's kind of what I'm focused on. I think eventually I would love to get to the highest level and win a championship there. I think that's probably a lot of people's main goals here. So I would say sometime down the line that would be a goal of mine. I would love that, but for now I'm just trying to improve my game always and get promoted during this season.
Good. How about you, Dontae?
My answer is pretty similar. Like right now, I'm just trying to do my best to try to get us
top the team.
Yeah, get us promoted to the top division if we can. And so, I don't know. I don't really think about for like basketball wise. I don't really think about right now like years down the line. I just kind of think about year by year, and I just feel like I have a lot. I feel like I have a lot to improve on in my head, and there's a lot of things that I need to improve on to get to a higher level.
Such as?
I'm gonna say it's such a basic answer, but I think a little bit of everything. Just sharpen up my skills in every way possible.
There's always something to improve.
There's always something, because I feel like some of my strengths I can make them a higher strength, for instance, like type thing. But so I don't really have the best answer probably.
Step by step.
One
season at a time.
One season at a time. Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay.
Okay, but we have to do the next question. Where do you see yourselves professionally in 5 years? Okay, well, Dontae, it's for you first.
Honestly, hopefully I'll still be playing at that time. Hopefully my body keeps up, and my knees will still be intact and everything like that. Knock on wood, but yeah, hopefully still playing at highest level I can on a really competitive team, and yeah, that's all I can really say. Yeah, I haven't really thought about 5 years where I want to be basketball wise that much. I kind of just think about next year, to be honest.
Because things can change.
Yeah, things can change, exactly. So I don't even know if I'll be playing in 5 years. Like I just don't know.
But you want to keep going in Portugal or you want other country?
So I definitely love being here, and reason why I've been here for 3 years. But sometimes if another opportunity comes up somewhere else that I think is better for me, maybe take that. But if the best opportunity is here, or who knows, 5 years down the line, it could be Ginásio again. That's what I'll do, is just whatever.
You're a pro, you can't say no to.
Exactly. Whatever opportunity I feel like is the best for me personally.
Yeah, of course. Okay, and about you?
I agree with him, just seeing where things take me. But so far, I've found Portugal to be a really good blend of being able to, play basketball, experience culture, have some free time to just experience life in Europe, because you can't always be in the gym and not see any of the world, and go back to the United States and have people ask you, hey, what did you see? And you just don't have anything to tell them. So I found it to be a really good balance of, all different aspects of life. So if the opportunities keep presenting themselves in Portugal, I would love to take them. And I hope to be playing basketball in 5 years too, if the knees and everything hold up. So hopefully still playing basketball, and I would love to be in Portugal, but somewhere else would be cool if, like you said, it's
other places to visit, other experiences, of course. Yeah.
I love it here, so just seeing where it takes me.
Good. First of all.
Ok, so temos umas perguntas do público, não temos?
Podemos ir para aí agora, vamos? E depois...
Se quiseres ir por aí, anda. Então faz tu, Rui. Anda. Não tens microfone? Hoje também não sei quais são?
A gente faz. Eu faço.
E tu puseste aqui, espera aí. Temos umas perguntas do pessoal que interage connosco. You have some questions from guys that we asked on our social media to do some questions to you. Okay. And we have some questions. Pedro will do the first one.
Okay, the first question. What do you... It's a good question. What do you think of the fans at the gymnasium?
Honestly, I love it. I love playing home games, especially with the drums and all that stuff. Like it really gets my energy up a level. So I love playing. I love playing home games, and I'm very happy for the fans.
Good.
Yeah, I also like having our fans. I mean, I guess being at their games is a little bit different than being at ours with the drums and stuff, but it's a really good environment, and it feels very community based. And I love after the games just getting to high five everybody, and it's a really nice feeling. I think the fans are really good. They're loyal, and win or lose, they're still happy to support you, which is also cool.
Loyal. I think it's the right word to define.
But to be honest, our fans are even more exciting on away games. For the second time this season, they are invited to leave the gym. So I think it's an even more exciting experience on the away games.
You gotta love the passion, though. So,
I don't know, but I guess okay. I tell you okay. Okay, the next question.
Faz tu, Pedro, que eu não tenho. Faz tu. O Rui agora está aqui, pô.
Eu vou já. What did you think when you were hired? Whether it would be easy or difficult to play in case of Dontae? He already plays Pro Liga, but what do you think to play Pro Liga? The difficulties.
So like this year, or like how I thought about it last year, like when I haven't played.
Last year and this year.
But in São Joanense, you were in
CN1.
In CN1.
Yeah, but we played Pro Liga team in a cup. So,
what are the main differences that you find yourself from CN1 to Pro Liga?
I feel like there's a lot of differences. I think the biggest difference is probably the size, because on my team I was probably the third tallest guy, and here I'm somewhere in the middle, not even close. I'm not close to being the tallest. So I feel like that was probably the main difference. And then the competition, the skill level was just on another level, to be honest, with majority of people. There's some really good C1 players, of course. And yeah, that skill size, athleticism, just kind of
The physicality.
the physicality, yeah.
You play in you, Christina. You play. Guifões was in the
CN2.
CN2.
Yeah, so this is my second season in CN2. I think that was also the biggest thing for me, at least coming from my first season, was the physicality, getting used to that. And I think just the way that the game is refereed here is a little bit different too. Just, I think in the States at least, like we have a two-hand touch, so as soon as you're guarding somebody, it's foul. But I think here just getting used to the game being a little bit more physical was something that I had to get used to. I think we had a game a couple weeks ago where they only called 7 fouls the whole game, which is
But in fact, we were like 20.
Yeah, but it's just a little bit different physicality-wise. But it definitely helped me a little bit having that experience last year, that I knew what I was getting into this year, and I was able to adapt better the first couple games, and I didn't have that learning curve. I already had that experience last year, which I think helped a lot.
Good. Mais algumas, Pedro?
Mais algumas.
Força.
Vamos à próxima. Favorite dish from Portuguese cuisine?
First of all, you like Portuguese?
Yeah. I have a few. I'll probably.
Don't say chicken piri piri.
Oh,
Because that's not the Portuguese
I'll go with
dish.
bacalhau.
Oh, yeah.
Bacalhau.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
In a certain way or any way?
I think
We
I've
know we
only
have
had it 1
hundreds
year.
of ways of doing catfish.
Really? Okay.
We're
Actually,
experts. We're world experts in catfish. So we
I've
have
only really had it once or twice. Or not once or twice, like I had it from the same restaurant pretty often. So
I had it fried. It's pretty good.
yeah.
How about you, Christina?
I have to say Francesinha.
Francesinha?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's probably my
That's
favorite.
foil,
We
yeah.
had team dinner a couple weeks ago, and the couple of the moms made it for us, and it was really good. And I had it a lot last season.
Well, yes, that's what I was saying.
More
But
in Porto,
the
yeah.
better ones, you could find it in Oporto area.
Yeah, but it was really good, especially homemade. That was my first time having it homemade, not at a restaurant, and I like it. So
And you like it spicy or not? That?
yeah, I had the spicy sauce. They made one regular sauce, one spicy sauce, and I like it spicy.
You know Francesinha?
Yeah. I've had it a couple times because I was close to Porto as well in my first year here. But I like it, but
It's not-
to me, it's, I don't know, too much I think there's just too much going on.
Too much cholesterol.
Yeah. So I like a couple bites of it, and then after I'm like, I'm good.
It's too much
Yeah,
cholesterol.
that's just my personal opinion,
Okay.
Okay. The next one. Okay. What is one strength and one weakness that you see in yourselves as a player?
Okay. I think. I think one strength
Yeah, one strength first.
is probably my ability to use
Left hand.
both hands. Yeah. Everyone knows, me, I can drive left the same way I can drive right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter which hand I finish with.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably my biggest strength. And I would say weakness.
Yeah, weakness.
I think my weakness is, for a long time, has been my inconsistent free throw shooting. For sure.
Well, you found the right team this season.
For sure. We've been inconsistent
Your
altogether.
coach will kill me when he sees it. Well, but you're improving. All of you.
Yes.
So that's what counts.
Okay. And
How about you, Christina?
I would say my strength is either, I think it's probably my basketball IQ, just the ability to be in the middle of a game and just kind of understand what's going on, what needs to happen, and just kind of being able to lead that way. Just making sure that, we're making the right calls and the right, especially when I'm playing, if it's a close game at the end, just making sure I'm making the right read, who has the hot hand, make sure we're getting them the ball. And I think that's always just been a strength of mine throughout my playing career, is just understanding the game. And I think it comes from watching a lot of basketball. And I just, I would sit on the couch with my dad sometimes growing up, and he would pause the game and rewind and say, hey, so-and-so did this. And I think, that helped me a lot. I would say my weakness probably...
So you think the game as a point guard?
Yeah, I think so, yep.
Continue.
Yeah, and I played point guard a little bit. Obviously here I'm a 4-5, but back at home I played 1, 2, 3. So I think that's also helped me a little bit too, getting to play all the positions growing up. I think my weakness, I just always want to get better at being more consistent on the defensive end. I would say most people watch my game and would say my biggest strength is on the offensive end. So I think just always I want to get better on the defensive end as well.
Okay. Força, Paulo, e as últimas
That's what coaches like to hear, so I think your coach will like to hear.
I knew he was probably going to watch, so.
Queres que eu faça assim?
Faz as últimas duas. Força.
Okay, they ask you how important it is for you guys physical work that you do a part of the daily practice. If you think that's important, or if you think that your daily practice is enough.
Yeah, I would say you just kind of have to be
thinking long term.
Yeah, long term. Just a practice isn't enough, but also you got to be smart, and you can't make your body too tired, because that's when injuries happen. So I think it's just being smart on what you do outside of practice, but you still, of course, I feel like a lot of team practices, you're gonna get some individual skill work in, but it's not gonna be enough to really elevate your game. So that stuff you kind of have to do on your own, I feel like.
Okay. How about you, Christina?
For me, I would say the off season is when I do most of the heavy work, just, the getting in shape, lifting a lot, getting a lot of shots up, just so that during the season I'm ready, but I don't really have to put my body through anything super strenuous, because, it's a lot with games, practices, and it's better to avoid injuries. But I do think I have to put in a lot of work outside of practices still. Our team we don't really live together. I know that the guys do, but it's something that I think helps me a lot with my game, but I also really enjoy doing it. So I try to get in the weight room probably maybe 4 days a week, 4 or 5 days a week, just stretching and mobility and lifting a little bit. And then probably 5 or 6 days a week, I like to get shots up too, shooting outside on my own. So I enjoy the work. It's not really something that I feel like it's a chore. It's just I love
just
doing
to relax
it. So
mentally.
yeah, for sure. I play some music and just do it, and I love doing it. So it never really feels like work to me, but it's still important for my game. So.
Ok. Falhamos aqui algumas antes. The best defender you had to face in your career so far, toughest guy that guarded you.
Jamal Murray.
Definitely the hardest. Him and Shea were the hardest. Gilgeous-Alexander were the hardest offensive guys at the guard. But defenders, no, you know what? I'll give a shout out to my teammate Rubinho, who guards me every day in practice. I'll give a shout out to Rubinho.
He's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it fouls me a lot, but he's hard to go against.
But the toughest one is yet to born, because he hasn't born yet. The one
honestly,
that can stop you.
I can't really even say that,
It's
because
yet to come.
I can't really say. I just can't think of the top of my head, because of course there's been people who've shut me down, but I just can't.
But obviously they haven't affected you. Otherwise you would remember yourself. So.
Probably a long time ago in high school, but I don't know. Pro Liga, I can't really think if it's not a team defense, but individual. There's been hard guys, but not someone that I'm like, it's
not as hard as Rubinho.
Yeah.
How about you, Christina? Remember someone that drove you nuts?
Yeah, I don't really have any names for you, but in high school I had some battles with. So Ohio was one of the 4 big. I don't know if it is anymore, but when I was in high school, one of the 4 big states for women's basketball. So I had a lot of matchups with girls that went to play Division I basketball and overseas, and so I had a lot of good matchups with people who were, probably older than me, taller than me, and just sometimes I learned how to get a shot off quickly by getting my shot blocked a couple times, and I definitely had some good battles. I wish I had a name for you off the top of my head, but I just some good challenges in high school against some players who went on to play at high levels. So
okay,
yeah. I feel like, it's really hard to just think of names, because of course there's been numerous tough people to play against throughout college, high school, but I just cannot think of a name right now.
Problem.
Yeah.
Temos aqui uma da Mafalda, Pedro. We have one from Mafalda, your colleague.
Yeah.
Only for you.
Ok.
Pedro will do it.
Qual é esta aqui da foto? É melhor seres tu.
Okay.
Força, dá-lhe tu.
If you have to choose between a block shot or a 3-point shot, and you can do only one to help your team, what would you choose?
Definitely a 3-point shot. I guess I talked earlier that I like the offensive end. So I think for me that's an easy choice. I do like a block shot, but I get those less frequently than 3-pointers.
Okay.
So
Good. Okay. Now for both of you, Bruno, our coach, our under-14 coach, asks you to choose your favorite place in Olhão besides the gym, of course. Place there where you like to go, where you like to stay on your own, to relax a little bit. What's your favorite place?
I can't stay at home, can I?
Well, no, you can't stay at home.
Okay.
Neither the gym nor at home. Nor Franguinho. No.
You know what? I'll just say like by the marina, the waterfront, around there, because I feel like being around water really like relaxes me, So.
You can't get more relaxed than that.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope when it warms up a little bit, I'll get out some more. But for me right now, there's a coffee shop right around the corner from where I live that I really like to go to, and like I just read there or watch some film before games, just hang out, and it's just something that gets me out of my room, and I'm a big coffee drinker, so that helps too, and just like to hang out there.
Anyway, but we'll make you a promise, the three of us, when the weather gets better by, I don't know, April, something like that, before you leave, we have to go and spend a day at least in one of the islands that we take the boat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even if it's not
Yeah.
even if the weather is not good to go to the beach.
Yeah.
But you'll see how different that is.
Yeah, I've been to one of the islands.
You have?
The one's like, it's kind of like I forget what it's called. It's almost like a town. Like there's like a.
No.
But with lots of houses or not?
Yeah, it has some houses.
Culatra, Armona.
I do not remember.
No,
I went in
anyway.
September, but like the beach is far from like when you first get off.
Perhaps Armona. You know who owns Armona? 80% of Armona.
Sorry.
You know who owns
No.
all the houses in Armona?
No.
Rui.
Oh really?
He owns that. He, his father, his cousin, his father-in-law, his stepfather, his stepmother, his great-grandson, his great-grand... He owns Armona, so
Wow.
it's 80% of Armona is his.
I can get 2%.
So he'll take us there when the weather gets better.
Okay.
It's a promise.
I have a question for that. You want to do a 3-point at clutch and win the game, or 40 points a game?
And not winning.
And not winning?
Yeah.
I'd rather.
No. And
Wait, 3 points a game or 40 points and losing?
No, winning. But the last 3 points, it's yours.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'd rather.
In the clutch time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather hit 3 in the clutch for sure.
3 in the clutch.
It's way more hype, and I feel like 40-point wins is all the times like it's not the most enjoyable.
But you have 40 points. You have 40 points.
Is that what you
You
said?
have 40
You
points.
I have 40 points.
Yeah, you do. You
So-
do 40
So
points.
it's a clutch. It's a game-winning 3, and you win, or you have 40 points and
Yeah.
you win.
But you
Clutch
don't
3
do
and
the
win.
clutch
Yeah.
game.
Clutch 3 and win.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would say too.
Yeah.
Clutch 3.
And then you see the game afterwards, and we hear the guy that does the commentaries yelling,
Yeah.
like a crazy guy,
Yep,
Yeah.
saying that you
exactly.
Hell of a game.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is, but
Yeah.
Okay.
he's nuts.
Oh, by the way, my mom always appreciates the
Yeah,
shout
my
outs.
parents
So,
do too. Yeah.
I keep interacting with them.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I think
Okay,
I think you'll have a surprise one of these days, but I can tell you.
Oh, I already know what it is. Yeah.
You might have a surprise one of these days. So,
Okay.
Pedro, first one.
How do they deal with the defeats?
Honestly, I take losses pretty hard because I'm a very competitive person in almost everything I do. But for the most part, after every loss, I like to just if it's a away game, I'm probably watching the game on the bus already. If it's a home game, right after we go to the thing, I'm watching the game, kind of analyzing what I could have done personally to help the team improve. But after I watch the game, then I just want to shut my mind off of just basketball, because you can't just think of basketball 24/7. Then it would just kill my mental. So that's what I personally do.
You have to watch the game after the game.
Yeah, I have to watch the game immediately while I'm already thinking about it, and then after that, I just do something else to take my mind off of it.
But you watch all the game or only your moments?
I watch all the game.
All the game?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And about you, Christina?
So far this year,
she doesn't know because she
we haven't lost yet. But
oh wow.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
There's only 4 teams that haven't lost yet.
And they're one of them?
And they're one of them.
Jeez,
so they're doing an amazing.
Yep. So.
But eventually, if you lose.
Eventually,
yeah, it happens sometimes. I'm kind of the same way. I take losses to heart. I usually don't watch the game until the next day. Just give some space. Sometimes I'll call. My dad watches all my games, and so he'll kind of tell me what he thinks. But mostly just we'll talk about it the next day. But I do like to break down the games. I think you have to learn from them, especially losses. Like winning is fun, but when you're winning all the time, you don't really learn as much. So I think especially the losses are good to watch. Just see what went wrong, what you can do better next time. And I watched the whole game, but I obviously focus on what I did good and bad, because I have to improve as a player. So, but I think there's a lot to be learned from watching games.
Does he criticize you a lot, or he's
pretty
always
honest.
find you the pros, not the cons?
He's pretty honest with me, which I really appreciate. I think I don't know if I would have been as good a player if he was always just like, oh, you're doing good. He's always told me things that I can work on, which sometimes makes his butt heads a little bit, but he's always honest. I think more the next day, because if he's criticizing me right after the game,
it's
I would probably but
because that's what I do with my kid, and I know that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
So
okay.
the day after, it's always better.
After you watching the game, you talk with your teammates about the game or no?
Sometimes we usually, if we play on the weekends, like Monday at practice, we'll just do a little debrief for half an hour before practice, and the coach will kind of say what he thinks about the game, and then just opens it up, and everybody can talk a little bit and say what they thought too. And I think it's good.
I think it's important.
Yeah.
Muito bem.
Okay.
Vamos já às tuas perguntas.
We have a couple of short questions for quick answers in 1 or 2 words. But before that, you've already answered more or less that question. But between São João da Madeira, Oliveira do Hospital, and Olhão, what are the main differences that you realize? Or São Pai de Gramacho, which is even smaller. But the main differences between these 3 cities that you lived so far.
Okay, I'll go quickly one by one. So, in São João da Madeira, I feel like it rained a lot during the most of the time I was there, but it was really hot when I first got there. And I would say it was nice because it was like close to Porto and stuff like that. I think it was like, a nice little town, stuff like that. And then, Oliveira do Hospital was a lot colder. It was small, very small, and it was like, seems like I'm always seeing the same people. And it was also good because like the community was, very supportive of the team Sampayense. But then I think with Oyal, there's much more to see. The weather's nice, you have the palm trees, you have the water. So it's just, to be honest, no offense from anyone from there, but it's more pleasant to look at. Just, simple and plain.
Did you get the chance of going to the top of the mountain when you were in Oliveira?
No, I did not.
No?
I didn't do much exploring there because I just kind of seen what it was, and I'm like, I didn't think there was much to do.
Oh, but you're tired of snow and...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Being Canadian.
Cold weather, so...
Yeah, exactly.
And you keep watching the Sampayense games? Or not?
Yeah, I follow up because I still have a couple old teammates on there that I was close with, so I still follow up with them.
Okay.
You played with them in the preseason? You haven't? No, it was last season that that you played against Ginásio. You were there. In the beginning of the season.
No, I wasn't there.
You wasn't there yet.
No. I wasn't there yet.
But last season, in the beginning of the season, we went there to play against you guys, but you weren't there yet.
Yeah, I heard,
Okay, vamos às nossas rápidas. Okay, so we have some short questions for quick answers. One word, okay, let's say 2 words, okay?
Okay.
In 1 word, how would you describe Portugal, Christina?
I would say layered. Can I describe? Or
yes.
No?
What is
layered? I think just with the culture, the weather, the food, the people. I think there's a lot of layers. I think it's just it's rich and it's it's not like easy to describe. I think I think layered is how I would describe just.
Well, we have 9 centuries, so might be
a lot of history, a lot of culture.
How about you, Dontae?
I'll say beautiful because I think beautiful country, beautiful food, and just like
beautiful people.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. But yeah, I just think in general, and just beautiful community, and this a lot of people are passionate about whatever they're passionate about. Like a lot of people, soccer,
especially
basketball.
soccer.
Yeah, especially soccer. The Benfica Porto rivalry, Sporting. Yeah, but yeah, that's
beautiful.
Just beautiful country.
Okay, moving souther. How about in 1 word? How would you describe Olhão? We can start by you.
Olhão? I'll say warm.
Oh, okay. And you, Christina?
I'd say close knit. Just seems like a community.
Okay. And more specifically, Ginásio Clube Olhanense. What does it mean to you, Christina?
Say loyal, like we talked about the fans and or pride, either loyal or pride. I think that everybody who plays here is proud to wear the jersey. The fans are proud to root for the players. So
I like that second one.
Yeah,
even
pride.
more. What you Dontae?
I think supportive because even when we had a rough start in the season, when we were kind of losing more often, everybody who was at the games when we were losing were still there. And then when we were winning, it was still like the same energy the whole time. And, when we made it to the top 4, just the dinner we had and everyone was there just supporting us, like just incredible feeling.
Well, we spoke about this previously, but in 1 word again. Portuguese food. What does it mean to you, Dontae?
I'll say it's good, but very different from what I'm used to having.
Okay, apart from that, what do you miss the most?
Back home?
About your food, the Canadian food. What do you miss the most? If you had the chance of having something here now to eat or tomorrow, what do you miss the most?
It's definitely my mother's cooking, but my mom makes like a lot of like, because I'm half Jamaican, so my mom makes a lot of Jamaican dishes, so I miss that the most for sure.
Is she Jamaican?
No, my mom isn't, but my dad is.
Oh.
But she learned, so yeah. But definitely my mom's cooking for sure.
Any dish at all, okay.
Yeah,
how about you, about the Portuguese food? What do you have to say, Christina?
I'm able to eat here pretty similar to how I eat at home. Honestly, I eat a lot of like chicken, eggs, rice. So if I had to say 1 word, I don't know, maybe just comfort, because I think it's nice that I get to, I can obviously adventure and eat different things, but just daily, on a day-to-day basis, I kind of am able to eat the same way. I think the only thing I really probably miss is like a little bit of our fast food, like maybe Chipotle or something, but I don't know, you can't eat that every day. It's not good for you. But
another thing we have to do before you leave is the 5 of us will do with your colleagues also. We'll do a meal with all those strange Portuguese dishes we have.
Okay.
Strange things, and then you have to eat, and then we'll tell you later what it is.
Oh.
Things like cabidela, and things like lampreia, which is delightful. In cabidela, it's amazing.
Okay.
So we have to do a meal with all these strange dishes.
I'll try. I'm a very picky eater.
And then you'll try it, and then later we'll tell you what it is.
All right.
Okay, let's move forward. Portuguese weather. Well, Portuguese weather. This is the weather we were having in this past 4 or 5 weeks. It's no way what we're used to. Well, you've been here before, so this is a completely different winter But anyway, let's forget this recent 4 weeks. In general, what do you have to say about the Portuguese weather, Dontae?
The winter's amazing. I haven't seen snow in 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm from Canada. It's one of the coldest countries on earth. So
It's a paradise.
It's
for
a
you.
paradise.
yeah, exactly. So I'm never gonna complain, especially when, I see back home. Oh, we have 25 centimeters of snow, and then I'm here looking at the ground, and I see palm trees in the water. So I'm never gonna complain.
Okay. How about you, Christina?
Yeah, I would say it's a little unpredictable here, but I'm the same. Our winters at home, I think they are having back at home an especially bad winter with like a couple feet of snow just for the last few weeks. They've just gotten snow. So I'm also not going to complain about it. It's really nice seeing the palm trees too, even if it's raining. It's just a good feel. But sometimes it's sunny and warm outside, and then 5 minutes later it's cloudy and raining, and you can kind of switch up just like that. But it's still a lot warmer than it is at home. I don't have to drive in snow, so I appreciate it. And
But if you think that the weather changes that fast, you should go to the Azores, the islands.
Yeah.
That the 4 seasons of the year, you face them in one day. It's nuts.
Okay.
Out of a sudden, but I know what you mean. Yeah. Okay, now be honest with this one. The Portuguese basketball level.
I mean, I would say competitive.
Really?
I think it's competitive.
Okay, I'll trust
Yeah, yeah. I talked a little bit earlier about the physicality, and I think that just goes into the competitiveness. And I mean, everybody wants to win, and I think so far we've had some wins where we've won by a lot, but I don't anticipate it going forward. I think we're gonna have some tough games, and I would say competitive. Okay. Yeah.
How about you, Dontae?
I think competitive is a good word, because it's definitely different styles than
you don't want to be rude.
I'm not even saying that,
polite.
but it's different styles. But I feel like people probably play a bit harder over here, more physical over here, and stuff like that. So like, where, just to be honest, maybe in Canada and in the US, the athleticism and size is a little bit different. I'd say here there's more of that like grit and like toughness that's we're maybe missing over there.
In USA or Canada, you have more space, probably, or not.
We play on the same size courts. Like NBA plays on bigger courts, but we play on the same size courts as well.
Okay.
But
I agree with that.
yeah,
it's a lot of grit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last question again for one word only. Ginásio fans.
One word.
Yeah.
One word.
I'll describe it.
Yeah, I'll say loyal, because like I said earlier before, when we were losing, there was still good energy in the gym, high-fiving everybody still, you see disappointment, but still a smile on everybody's face and supportive. And then when we're winning, still the same thing. So I'll just say loyal.
How about you, Christina?
I'll say passionate. I think just, having been at their games with the drums and more of the yelling and screaming, I think it's hard not to say passionate. And even, our games, we don't have the drums, but you can still feel a lot of energy, and I love our home games. It's a good environment to play in. So
good. We like to hear that.
I do the last question. Okay. The best player they've ever played with you, your teammate, the best. So far.
So far, like ever.
Yeah.
I guess, I mentioned Jamal Murray earlier. We didn't play on the same team because there was two different teams. I'll probably say Thon Maker, who was another lottery pick in the NBA.
It's a good choice.
I'm 47, so, and I hear you guys talking about players that I don't even know who they are. So.
Yeah, just guys who played at really high levels.
I'm from a time where the first well-known Canadian player was Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Because the other ones back in the 80s, they played in Europe. Greg Vilcher, his son, is still playing in Turkey. Mike Smrek. But the first well-known one was Steve Nash.
Yeah.
So those young guys, I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
And back in Cleveland, you probably don't remember Mark Price, Ron Harper, Brad Daugherty.
I've seen
you
YouTube, just from YouTube.
See, that's
yeah,
the
very
era
very historied
that
Cleveland players.
I followed Cleveland games. Larry Nance.
Yeah.
Perhaps you've heard about his son.
Yeah, his son's on our team now.
But his father was way a lot better than he is.
Yeah.
Mark Price was excellent. So and then I only remembered guys from the 80s, but
okay, and you, Christina?
I grew up my basketball club. We call it AAU, but so when I was younger, I was playing. I was probably in 5th or 6th grade, but one of the older players. Her name's Jentel Lavender. She played in the WNBA, but she played at the same AAU team that I played on. And so there's a picture of me. I was pretty small, and I think she might have already been going off to college. But I was at her basketball camp, and I took a picture of her, and it was cool because I took a picture with her, and it was cool because she was somebody I could look up to, and she was somebody that was already going somewhere where I wanted to go, like just to go play high-level basketball. So then she ended up having a really storied career in the WNBA. She played for I don't know how many seasons, probably, if I had to take a guess, maybe 7, 8, something like that. She also played overseas. And so after I graduated college, I took a year. I started working in investment banking. I didn't keep playing basketball right away, but she had moved back to Cleveland, and I got to play with her. As an adult, I wasn't, like a kid at her camp anymore. And we got to play in some women's leagues on the same team. And I thought that was really cool because, she was somebody I had looked up to, and she's an amazing player. Just getting to play on the same team with her was really fun, and so maybe someday when I go back, if she's still playing, I'll get to keep playing in some women's leagues. But she's probably the best player I've gotten to play with.
Yeah, good. Okay, perfect.
Now I'm gonna tell you something that perhaps you don't know. You know who Tisha Penicheiro is?
Yeah, she's from Portugal. I don't know if I've really seen her, but I know.
You know who played with her?
Who played with her?
I did.
Really?
On our under 14 team
really?
Back in Figueira da Foz.
That's awesome.
She's a year older than me,
that is
and
really
for
cool.
exceptional reasons, there was any female under 14 championship back then in Coimbra, so she played with us.
That is really cool.
See?
That's awesome.
Okay, last question will be done by Rui. I will give you the micro, and you ask something you want to ask about this.
I don't have any.
Inventa agora. É improvisação. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
You put me on the spot. Really, I can think.
It's your time, man.
It's your time.
You're going to be here a long time. Nothing comes to my mind, so.
O Rui vai sair daqui com uma pergunta espetacular.
No. No. If you ask me before we begin to think of a question, maybe, but on the spot it's quite difficult.
I can ask one for you.
Sure.
If you weren't playing professional basketball, what other sport would you play?
Good.
Okay.
Good question.
Good question.
He whispered it to me.
So he
said
said, okay, so if I had to pick another sport, I'd probably be playing volleyball. I played volleyball in high school.
You too?
Cool.
Yeah, I played volleyball in high school.
Robert played volleyball also.
Yeah.
And
No, and
no,
volleyball.
American football, I think.
No.
In baseball also? Man.
Yeah. And volleyball.
E vôlei também.
Volleyball.
No ice hockey?
No. Ice hockey, no.
Too cold.
Yeah, way too cold. No, yeah, not my thing.
You know we're pros in ice hockey in Portugal?
Is there?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know. I don't know much about ice hockey. Yeah.
We have two guys in the now it's in Italy. It's the Winter Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many guys we have there.
How many?
We have a team there. You know how many we have there?
How many?
3?
Two.
Two guys.
Two guys.
3 guys. One
Something?
on 2 on the bobsleigh,
Uh-huh.
and 1 on the trail.
Something. 3.
It's probably hard with the climate. You have to really go out of
Yes,
your way to
of course.
train.
We're talking about I think it's guys that were born in because we have a lot of immigrants overseas
Yeah.
in Switzerland, France, mostly.
Yeah.
Some in Canada, some in New Bedford area. So I think we're talking about kids that were already born in Switzerland or France, but they have our Portuguese citizenship, and they're proud of wearing the Portuguese level jersey. Yeah. But we have 3 guys in the Winter Olympics. How about you, Christina?
Yeah, I was gonna say ask you the same question.
Yeah. I would probably say tennis because I don't know. I only really played, in the summer, just recreationally with my family and some friends. But I would probably pick a non-contact sport just because basketball is it's a lot on the body sometimes. But I really enjoy watching it. I watched all the slams, and I enjoy watching tennis. And I only played really volleyball, some baseball with my brothers growing up, but those were only until I gave them up for basketball. So if I were to go back, I would probably choose tennis, though. So.
Good.
Ok, muito bem. Já pensaste numa pergunta, Rui? Ainda não?
That was his question.
Nós estamos a
prolongar
à espera
da pergunta.
Okay, now it's your turn, Dontae.
Yeah.
You ask her a question.
Ask her a question.
And then
You know what? I'm gonna ask you. Why do you wear? What number?
23.
Why do you wear 23? And is there a significance behind it?
That's a really good question.
Excellent question.
Yeah, it's a really good question. I'm from Cleveland, and when I was born in '99. I think LeBron was drafted to the Cavs in '03.
Yeah.
And so I kind of always just wore it because of him.
So you're 4 years old.
Yeah. Yep. So I always kind of idolized him, and I went to his he had a basketball camp too in Akron where he grew up, and I won some money from him there too. And the same summer I won the shoes from Jordan actually, and I don't know, he was always just like, I don't know if I can say he's the greatest of all time now, but to me he definitely was, and so that's how I picked it. And then I just watched some Jordan highlights on YouTube, and the both of them both wore it, so that's kind of how I got it.
I've seen an amazing photo of you when you were on your social media. You were really young with him.
Yeah, sitting by LeBron. Big,
and you were really small.
Yeah,
because you were young. It's a very nice.
And you, Dontae,
photo.
Why the number 11?
I started playing organized basketball when I was 11 years old, and by the luck of the draw, when they were just giving out numbers, 11 was one of the only numbers available that I didn't think was like a very ugly number. If that makes sense. So ever since then, whenever I have a chance to wear 11, I wear it. So
yeah.
And you got that chance this season.
Exactly. Last year too, lucky enough, university. So.
Okay, last question. What's your biggest idol? Well, we always have one when we were kids. So what was your role model as a player?
Role model as a player? I would say I have 2. I'll say Kobe Bryant and Russell Westbrook, just because of the intensity, how hard they play, and like the competitiveness and stuff like that, and just them not fearing anybody type thing. And I try my best to be the same way.
Good. How about you, Christina?
Besides LeBron, I would probably have to say Diana Taurasi. I love watching her play. Just the same. She's so competitive, always so fierce, just doing whatever it takes to win. Like she just has a champion's mindset, and you can kind of see that in the way she plays. And I don't know. I just growing up trying to model my game after hers a little bit. I just love.
Does she still play?
She retired a couple years ago, but I love watching her play growing up. So she's probably my role model.
I really loved seeing. You remember Jennifer Hadzi, a point guard? I think she's a coach now. And Sue Bird.
No? Oh, Sue Bird, yeah.
Bird?
Oh, yeah. Her and Diana Taurasi. I both of them. I love watching them.
But Jennifer Hadzi, it's a bit older.
Okay.
Two hell of a players. Okay. Rui, não tens nada aí? O Rui tem. He has a question for you.
Nunca desilude.
Yeah, so you were talking about the difference between Portugal basketball. Now I'm going to ask you how you deal with the cold because of the facilities. Where you come, the facilities are very, very good.
Yeah.
Here in Portugal, and since you played on north and south, how do you deal with the cold when you're going to start playing? So.
It's good. It's a good question.
That was one issue when I was a player.
Yeah.
So I had my hands and feet were always ice cold. So how do you deal with that?
It's definitely very different because.
Excellent question, Mr. Marçal.
Yeah.
But he put 40 points per game.
Huh?
Yeah, 40
Really?
points all the game.
Yeah, he was a hell of a shooter
You might have to teach me some.
back in the 70s and the 60s.
But to answer your question, it definitely is different because in Canada it's so cold outside that we're gonna have heating in all our gyms and stuff like that. So it is weird to start warming up with a sweater under your, and then you have a practice jersey, maybe a jacket, pants, and stuff like that. So it is very weird, but you kind of get used to it. And once you're warm, like you don't really even feel the cold anymore. But yeah, I felt it a lot when I was in Oliveira de Hospital because of how cold that was, and the gym was felt like it was like -10. But you just get used to it after a while.
Yeah, because you've played in the coldest gym that you can ever have
I hope that's
in
the
country.
Yeah.
Because the Oliveira do Hospital, you can get, Tortozendo, eventually near Covilhã, could be as cold as Oliveira or Sampaio, but it's the coldest you can get here in the
I
country.
really hope that's one of the coldest because that was really cold. Yeah.
How about you, Christina?
Last year the cold was definitely a surprise for me. Nobody had really warned me that it was gonna get that cold in the gym. So I think just we, especially practicing at night, when we practiced at 9, last year was 9:30. It was really cold. I think last year I went to the store and I got some of those hand warmers that you take them out of the package and they warm up, and I kept them in my pocket, and that just it's hard to shoot the ball when your hands are ice cold. So I would keep those in my pocket sometimes, and just the same a shirt, practice jersey, sweatshirt, and then.
And you can get injured without even noticing.
Yeah.
In the finger.
Yeah. So just once you get playing, your body warms up and adrenaline gets going, and you don't really notice it as much. But especially starting to get going, it's a little bit difficult. Here it's less. It's not as bad, but last year was definitely a little bit of a shock how cold it was.
Okay.
I can do one more question.
Yeah, no problem.
If you in a game day, you have always the same routine, or you like to do what you want, or you have the same routine in a game day?
Yeah, it's a good question. I try my best to stick to the exact same routine, and I'm pretty I'm not superstitious in general in life, but when it comes to basketball, I am. So if I feel like if I forgot one thing, I'll be thinking about it in warm-ups. And coincidentally, some of my worst games have been when I didn't do my routine at the same time that I normally would do them.
Yeah.
Or, for example.
Yeah. And about you, Christina?
I usually like to stick to the same routines. I guess it depends if it's a home or an away game, but usually just before games, I like to shoot at least for 30 minutes or something sometime before the game, and that's usually one part of my game day that I really always try to stick to. I'm also not not very superstitious, but I don't know, just usually I eat the same breakfast on game days. I like to take a nap, like to shoot, get to the gym the same time, stretch, just mostly keeping everything as similar as possible. It kind of helps me, I think, stay in the flow.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, we finished. Thank you again for being here. It was a pleasure.
Okay,
thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dontae.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We will broadcast this
Okay.
in a couple of weeks, but
Yeah, sounds good.
we'll let you know so you can tell your family.
Okay.
And it's been a pleasure. Okay.
Yes, thank you. It was
A lot of
fun.
fun.
Yes.
Thank you.
E é isso, olha, agradecer a quem está aí em casa a ver-nos. Portanto, trouxemos aqui mais um episódio, espero que tenham gostado. Nós demos por aqui o nosso melhor e foi mais um Triplo Verde. Obrigado e até à próxima.
Ciao.
Ciao.